Bed. Love.
Bed.
Bed.
Love.
Beyond.
Beyond.
Bed. Love. Beyond. Bed. Love. Beyond.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Bed Love Beyond, episode 14. This is the podcast for the hopeful and the hater in us to discuss sex, love, and whatever's clever with like-minded people like you who are also in limbo with love.
Like us.
And we have special guests today. But first, my name is Martini, and we have our host,
Jennifer. My voice is coming back a little bit.
Yes, because last episode
was like Fran Drescher. It was bad business.
Yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't good. So our topic this evening is marriage. Do you have the balls and chain for it?
Oh, very clever.
Yes, play
And
on
since
words.
neither of us are married, we brought some very special guests today because we couldn't tell you what the hell. So
Yeah, because I mean,
you made it closer than I did.
Obviously, if you've been listening to us, every other episode and pretty much every other day, Jennifer and I will obviously separately we'll have different views on marriage and like, yeah, we want to do it. That's awesome. Yeah. And other times we're like, nah, F that. We're not doing it at all.
Right off.
Yeah. Sometimes we're like, yeah, marriage is a cool thing. Like I would love to do it. And other times, no, like I'm good. Today I feel like, yes, I do. I want to get married. But obviously sometimes you ask people how marriage is, and sometimes they don't want to give you everything, and they don't need to say whatever they don't have to say. But sometimes they'll like look at each other and say like, yeah, marriage is great, and like that's it. And you're like, what the like? No, I want to tell me the real stuff. Like
Yeah, when I was trying to find memes for today, all the marriage memes were like, ... game over, and it was like dating, yay, marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
this is not going to be good.
Yeah, there's a pretty big negative connotation to marriage too. And again, like we say in every show, we're not experts and stuff, but we love to get people on the show to discuss the topic at hand. So today we have a special couple, Nubia and Vision. How are you guys?
Hi.
Hey, hello.
I asked Nubia and Vision, or we both asked Nubia and Vision to come on the podcast because they're actually one of my favorite couples. You guys are. Hey.
Thank you.
They've been married for 10 years. I don't know how long y'all dated. Y'all can tell. And they're awesome. They're good people. So we're really going to just have to give you guys the show today because obviously neither of us have walked down that aisle of
and
hot
also
coals.
Because of what little Jennifer has told me, she did tell me that you guys would like definitely like keep it real, like with how like marriage is and stuff like that. No, seriously, like
always.
Yeah, how marriage is and stuff. I mean, so
yeah, they're not going to sugarcoat anything.
yeah,
Trust me.
exactly. No, and that's what we wanted to do for the show because, like I said before, some people they just want to either like sugarcoat it or not even talk about it at all because for some reason people want to keep their marriage life private, and that's fine. But also, you're not teaching anybody else who wants to get married like what to expect. So
That's true.
yeah, and then they find out like later on, like how come no one told me it was gonna be like this? It was gonna be like so much work, and you're like, well, everybody kept it a secret. So
Everybody kept it a secret.
no, it's true. Like, and that's kind of messed up.
It's not always a honeymoon.
Right.
Is dating easier than marriage?
I have to say, I think dating is harder because I just feel that I know his likes and dislikes already as a married couple.
Well, that's true.
And as dating, you have to know and get like, if you continuously date different people, it's like you're starting all over again, getting to know the person. What's your favorite color? What do you like to do? What's your hobbies? I already know what he likes to eat, what his favorite color, what are his hobbies. I don't need to ask all those questions.
We should have played the newlywed game.
That would have been hot.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What is his favorite color?
Black.
Is that true?
Damn. That's it? It's black? I mean.
And blue.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So
That's
it's
cool.
things like that when you think of marriage, and that's when it comes to be easy.
Yeah.
Because you're so comfortable with the person that you are.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike dating, you're just getting to know the person. So you don't know anything about them.
Right.
So everything that you ask, and it's like an interview.
Right. Yeah, it is.
So
It
that's
totally
how I think that's why I think dating is harder than marriage.
So
I felt. I'm like listening to you. I felt it was the other way.
Really?
It just depends how serious you take the dating stuff. I didn't take that serious. I took it as a fun time. You know what I mean? Just
Right.
meeting different people along the way, just having fun. I wasn't focused on nothing else really. You know, we having a good time. Then when the marriage comes into play, then it's like, okay, now it's serious because now we building together.
Right.
Now I need to get to know this person for real. You know, and do stuff with them. You know, and it wasn't. I don't know. I felt this is a little more work. It really had to get serious.
Right.
You know, not the dating was just fun times.
Okay.
I guess it depends if you're dating to find someone
Okay.
or you're dating for fun.
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Because when you're dating to just like in your 20s,
Yeah, you're dating
just
for
dating
fun,
for
just
fun.
to hang out and meet new people.
he's cute,
And
she's
then
cute.
you come upon life at 30s, and you're like, wow, I need to
Keep
make
it-
make a family, do something with myself, you know.
Yeah.
And then that's when dating becomes like more of a job
you have
because
to
you're
shred
looking
your
for
player card.
correct because you're looking for that specific person to make a family with.
Right.
It's no longer fun dating and
But I
oh,
guess it's safe to say that when you're dating, you do find qualities in those people, even though you're not serious, that you like or don't like. So that when you're finally looking for like the final person, you kind of be like, that chick did that shit and that shit was annoying. Nah, I don't want a girl who does that.
yeah, of course you're gonna find. And I think in everybody that you have dated, you always find something, a quality that you like, and you hoping that maybe one day. That's how you make your Mr. Right. You take a little bit from everybody and
Right.
make it perfect. You
Yeah.
know?
Wait, there's a Mr. Right?
You know what? You make him your Mr. Right.
Okay.
Right. I like that. Okay.
So Vision. How was your making
But
of
you
Mr.
made
Right?
me, right? You made me.
Excuse me. I believe I did.
Yeah, I give it that. I give it that. It took a lot. This is a whole different person now. Definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it took a lot of work from each of us. You know, I mean, she's changed. You know, it's just I changed a lot more though. But
I
she
can
changed.
contest to all this.
But yeah, no, it's.
It's definitely something to be, to think about. So what is this thing you have here? 6 personality traits that won't survive marriage.
But wait, but
Oh, we're not going there yet. Sorry.
no. Before we get into that, we have to big up Vision
Oh, yes.
because besides being the special guest, he also was the one who did our logo. So for everybody who's listening to our podcast on Podbean, Pocket Cast, now we're on Stitcher.
Oh, we are. Yes.
and iTunes.
News to me.
And on iTunes, you've seen our logo, and it's done by Vision.
Vision.
Yes.
So thank you very much for that.
Very welcome.
And also, you have a tattoo bar, or you work in one?
I am a tattoo artist. I work at Ink Junkies in Bayonne.
Nice. So if you guys want to get a new
I think
tat,
Vision's information's on our site. So
Yeah.
or at least his Facebook page is on our
Yeah.
site.
yeah,
So you can check it out and, does some cool work.
yeah, go to the about page, www.bedlovebeyond.com, and you will see his information on there. So if you want a new tat, go to him because he's pretty nice.
True story.
All right, so you want to get into
This is the article I think I sent you one day, right? 6 personality traits that won't survive marriage.
yes,
Is this them here?
Mhm.
Or I didn't know what was going on here.
yeah. It's them.
So we're gonna just read them off, and then I want your opinion, both of you, of
Okay.
what you believe is true or not true.
we'll
So-
go back and forth.
Okay. So number 1 is your partner can't be your life coach. It says your spouse should be happy to support you and encourage you, but they can't give you the desire to accomplish things. They'll get tired of it.
How do
Yeah,
you feel about that?
Yeah, definitely agree. Yeah.
Any for instances?
Yeah, and any
Any
stories,
example?
stories or anecdotes?
Nubia's like, well,
Let me get my notebook out.
I feel like your life partner. I don't agree with it 100%.
Okay.
Because there's times that in life you are the player and you need a coach.
Mm-hmm.
And who better than your husband or your wife to be your coach during those times of needs?
Right.
So and I guess it does go both ways, because I do see both how it can't and can be.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard, I feel like when I'm down and I feel like I need his support, his encouraging, just like any coach does,
Yeah.
to get me through those hard times.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he expects the same from me, is like encouragement.
Yeah, but I think yeah, you're right. It's just the daily, I guess.
I
As
think-
long as you don't have to do it all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when she needs me, I'm there, but she don't need me every day.
Right.
She's doing her own thing. She's in control. She's got her own mind, and she's good. And when she needs me, I am there ready to be the coach and kick her, and get it going again. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's
No,
not,
I agree with you.
you
I
always gotta be there, I guess.
The
You just
word there,
gotta-
the word there, I guess that was like italicized, is desire. Like, you can't give Vision the desire to do something. Like if you're sitting here and you're like, fuck this house, I don't want to clean it. He can be like, babe, come on, maybe I'll help you. Maybe when we're done, we'll go for a drive. Whatever. I don't know what the hell you'll talk about. But like, he can't instill that desire in you.
No, he cannot.
Vision like wakes up one day and is like, I don't want to go to work. You can be like, oh, babe, you should go. Blah
No,
blah
that you go to work.
blah. Nubia makes desire in people.
Yeah, this is not a choice. This is you go to work.
Right.
So what's number 2, Martini?
People who need to have their way. Some individuals really get hung up on small decisions: which headboard to buy, which restaurant to go to, which dog sitter to hire, what color to paint the wall. They will fight, debate, and push to have their way, oblivious to the tension it's creating in their relationship.
You think I do this?
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm really open, so we don't have that argument as much, I guess.
Right. You're really like
I
lax.
mean, yeah, whatever she want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part.
Yeah. No skin off your back, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's that.
Now, was that like a learned thing?
But yeah, that I can't say. It's after going through so much and realizing that there's way more important stuff to worry about.
Right.
At this point, it's just like, yeah, what do you want to do? Just whatever.
Right.
And that took a long time to get here, because there will be times there will be a fight over what's for dinner and what am I going to eat, and that was an argument in itself, So it goes with time.
Right. How long? So you guys have been married for 10 years, right?
We've been married for 10 years.
How long have you known each other, and then how long have you guys been dating? I mean, dated.
Okay. We've known each other. It'll be 19 years.
Vision looks super glad she's answering this.
I don't even think he knows how old he was when he met me.
Right.
Long time.
So you guys have known each other for 19 years?
It will be 19 years in November.
Wow.
Dated on and off for a good 8 years of that at the beginning,
Yeah.
and then married. Yeah, out of the 19 years we weren't together, I think it was a year and a half, or something like that.
Wow. That's amazing.
Tell me about it. The fact that I stuck around for this long.
Right.
Yeah. It is amazing. You're welcome.
Yes, it is amazing.
Wow. So pretty much like 20 years.
Didn't you guys like basically stalk each other though?
Okay, so did you have to go there?
I'm just saying.
Actually, no, excuse me. It goes both ways.
I said each other.
I stalked you. I don't remember that.
Wasn't he driving past your house?
I don't know.
Jen, remember those letters he gave to you to give to me?
Oh yeah, when I met him at Wendy's that time.
I don't remember.
Good times.
He's like, I don't recall.
They've both put in an equal amount of work to get to where they are now.
Right.
And even on their dating days, when you go through those things like in your 20s where you're not sure and you guys get into a fight, like he won't talk to me or she won't talk to me, like nobody like ran away and ran off. Like, they were mad and they went to their respective corners, but then they were like, talking to their coaches, like, how do I get back in the game, coach?
So you guys never broke up?
No, they broke up.
No,
but
we did break up. We did.
Whoa.
We've been through it all, you know.
What was the longest gap in
a year
a
and a
breakup?
half.
Wow.
A year and a half. It was the longest gap.
How did you guys get back together? Well, did you guys think, well, like, nah, that's it?
No. We were still young.
Okay.
I met him when I was 17.
Okay.
And we dated for a year and a half.
That's a long time at 17.
Yeah, a year and a half. And then that's when I found out that Vision was not only dating me, Vision was dating other people.
Okay.
So I got angry and I said, I'm not putting up with that. That's not me.
Yeah.
And that's how, the story we were talking about before came up. Those cruel things I did to him. Yeah, I slashed my husband's tire. Well, at that time, he was my boyfriend, so I slashed his tires because I found out he was cheating on me.
That's a good enough reason.
So, yeah, we broke up. And after that, I didn't speak to him for probably a year and a half. And then we saw each other. Well, he drove.
He was stalking your house.
He said he was going to his friend's house. And I was actually outside of my house. And he drove by in front of the house.
Right.
And he literally made a U-turn right there. And I was like, oh, my God.
With his new tires.
He had a whole new car, so I wouldn't even know which one
okay.
to attack this
All
time.
right. I got my tires back. And what?
So, and since that moment, we were back together, and
Oh, wow.
we were together, and we moved in together.
How long after that? How long after you guys got back together did you move into together?
Actually, that was within 6 months, I believe.
Wow. So obviously both of you guys, even though it was a year and a half, you still had strong feelings for each other.
Yeah.
Wow.
We moved in together. We lived together for 5 years.
Okay.
Almost 5 years.
Mm.
And then things went sour again. But this time we only broke up for like a few months, and he was
I like how she said he was right back.
Well,
he came crawling back to me.
Excuse me, he did. Jen is my witness.
I'm gonna get involved.
She is my witness. He did come crawling back all
Was
the
this
time.
the letters one when he wrote the letters?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember? Yeah, when he wrote he made a picture and everything. He even wrote in Spanish, something he never even rarely does.
Okay.
So.
I'm remembering all this now as you say it.
He's like, I thought we were just married. I didn't know.
and then we got married. Well, let's be honest. I got pregnant.
It's all right.
But the way y'all were going, you're getting married anyway. So
Yeah, I mean, just from what you're saying, it's not like he had to.
He just kind of fast forwarded everything.
Yeah, right. It's not like he had to. So don't make that impression to the audience. Like, damn, I'm stuck with her now. No, you can
That's
see.
how I felt.
Really?
She was stuck with me. That's how she felt. Yeah. She was like, damn.
Baby daddy forever. Yeah, I got pregnant with my first son, and we got married. We decided to get married.
Yeah.
And even as a married couple, we have separated.
Mm-hmm.
Because marriage life is, it gets tough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But we eventually figured out that we do love each other.
Mm-hmm.
We do care, about each other, and we want each other. I want to see him die. Why not?
What?
Yeah.
No one else deserves.
Yeah.
No one else deserves to see him suffer and die. I do. I did a lot of suffering. I deserve to see him suffer.
This is why
and
they're
die
my
too.
favorite couple.
That sounds weird when you say it, but
Yeah,
it's like it's inside joke. We say it all the time. It's funny. To us, it's funny. I say that too. It's like I want to be there to just see that last breath. Man, I gotta be the one.
That's funny.
Oh my God. So number 4.
No, number 3.
Oh, I can't count either. So these are under the personality traits that you could not have to get married. So you can't be a critic or you can't be a perfectionist. Where do you think that lies It just says that if you demand perfection from everyone around you, you might make a great business owner or even an event planner, but probably not a husband or wife.
Well, that I know of, nobody's life is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So even in marriage, that impossible. Never is gonna happen. You're never gonna have the perfect marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It just can't.
Never gonna have the perfect person either. I mean,
Nah. Yeah, it's too much going on, especially once the kids are involved. Just too much going on. You got to find ways to just work, to work it out. Not expect anything, just whatever happens, take it for what it is, Can't, nah.
I think, and if you keep looking for perfection, you're never gonna find your happiness.
what about being a critic? How does being a critic work when you're in a relationship? Like if you constantly criticize your partner.
Well, I always think, would I like if he criticized me every 5 seconds? There's so many things that he does that annoy me, and I bet there's 10 million things that I do that annoy him. Am I gonna keep telling him every 5 seconds?
How do you say it then? Because that's something that I have to work on. I know.
Because there's a difference between constructive criticism and nagging.
Correct.
So like, right.
A wife, although they do say a wife nags, but
right.
I think certain things I have to tell, like I'll tell Vision, enough, and he'll stop.
Right.
And then it does go both ways.
Yeah.
Like if I do something to annoy him and he's like, "Babe, really?" And I know that, okay, I don't need to do that ever again. And you start getting to know the person and what bothers them and what doesn't.
Yeah.
So, and that's when
I'm going to take notes. Babe, really, and enough. Because clearly the things I was saying in my past relationship did not fly.
well, it's also, how you communicate. Communication has a big thing to do with it, because
Right.
depends how you say the things to the people, to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I constantly yell at him and like no, and criticize him in a negative way, then what I want to happen is never gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk after the show, Nubia. I might need some assistance.
Well, I've been trying to talk to you for how long?
Wow.
I'm not perfect.
I'm not saying I am either, but
Vision was going to say something, I think.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, because me and you, we're pretty real with each other, so that's a big difference too. I mean, you gotta be straight up. That helps a lot. What I mean? I think from my end of it, for me it avoids the argument later. I just
Right.
rather be straight up with it. It is what it is, but just always be straight up. I mean, and she's okay with it, and she's straight up with me too, right on point. So I know that's not a lot of people could do that, and they're in a relationship and they can't be just 100% with each other.
Right.
That's
good
awesome.
Good or bad,
me and him have this agreement we've had since I think we've met. Never go to bed angry. I don't care.
You guys actually follow that?
Yes, we do.
We've been up to 5, 6 in the morning trying to end the conversation.
Wow.
and getting even angrier because she gotta get up to go to work.
No, because you hear that a lot. Never go to bed angry. But some people are like, F that, and then one person stays in the bedroom and the other person stays on the couch, and they don't follow that rule.
That makes it worse.
So that's awesome that you guys actually
That's awesome.
follow that.
That's that's a big deal.
Mhm.
Yeah. You can't just sit there and let that boil, man, all night like that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Not good.
You can't just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I
You
feel
have
like that's
to-
disrespectful. Like, my personal opinion. I understand if you need to calm down and take a minute, but like to walk away from like an argument that obviously both of you feel passionate about, I feel personally, my personal opinions about this is that it's important to like say everything that you have to say.
And yes, I believe let it all out, because if you don't, the anger still there might just stop for the moment, but the next time you guys argue, it's going to be there again.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to keep arguing about the same things if you don't get straight to the point.
Yeah.
And that's why there's times that I've gotten to 6 o'clock in the morning, like he said, and I have to, right after argument, I have to go take a shower, get ready for work.
Right.
But it's done. We can both walk away with a clear mind and say,
We're okay today.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's awesome.
And it's hard, but if you have to yell, argue, but just so that the person can understand you and you can understand the person, do whatever you need to do to
Right.
get to get it all out.
Yeah.
You know?
That's good. And number 4 and 5 goes to exactly what you guys are talking about. So number 4 is the doormat, the person who is okay with whatever happens. This person is the opposite of the type who always needs to have his way. This person has no opinion on where you eat or where you take your vacation or what movie you see or even which car you buy. Up until marriage, this trait has made the relationship a breeze. So, and also number 5, the type who won't let things go. The type who, when a restaurant gets his order wrong, cannot enjoy the rest of the evening. He keeps replaying in his head how he told the server very precisely how I wanted that burger cooked, and I've been there so many times, how could they get that wrong? The type who, when your babysitter charges for 3 hours, when she was only there for 2 hours and 50 minutes, will argue with her about those 10 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
That's just ridiculous. At that time, just be thankful they're taking care of your children. No, it gets hard, you know. Like we've learned, such a learning stage marriage, you know, because you're learning what the person likes to do, and you already know. Even if you ask them, like, you want to go out to dinner, you already have at least 3 ideas of where they want to go because you already know their favorite restaurant, you already know their favorite things to eat and things like that. So
Right, like if I call Nubia and say, "Do you guys want to go out to eat?" and she's like, "Well, Vision can't eat this, this, and this."
Right.
I'm like, "Fuck Vision."
But we've
she-
been through the times of not knowing where to go.
Yeah,
and those have been arguments. But
Yeah. Bad nights.
Bad nights. Wow. See?
Yeah.
Bad nights. Wow.
Mostly by my part, you know. I changed, like I said.
Right.
I think 100% your part.
All right. Okay. I said mostly. I mean, you can't take 1%.
I'm the victim.
So being married for 10 years and knowing each other for 20, do you guys still find new things about each other, or you guys are just like used to each other now?
You have children. When you have children, oh my God, children will teach you things you never even knew about yourself. And then there's arguments like, well, if, you know, when Nathaniel's our oldest child, and he's 10 years old. And he's always
going on 21.
He's always bringing up, you know, different topics and different situations into our life. And we look at each other like, how do we deal with that?
Right.
And there might be different ways that I deal with it and he deals with the situation. And then we need to learn again, like, oh, here we go again, learning how to figure things out.
And be a team.
Correct. Because just when you think you have life figured out, children come along and just throw balls at you every 5 seconds.
Yeah, right.
So, and things like that, we have to continue constantly learning how to deal with certain situations that we have never dealt with. I think in life too, like just us with work and jobs and schedules and things like that.
We get into different things like hobbies and stuff too. We keep ourselves busy, so different stuff. There's always something new.
Yeah, we love Comic-Con. We heard you do too.
Yes, I do. Yeah.
They're gonna drag you this year.
Yes, you're gonna come.
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Don't worry, you'll be here for the ticket buying extravaganza where they have 19 computers set up.
You have to, or else you don't get
I have
in.
to say that I think that's made you guys a lot. I mean, just from my perspective, like I think that's made you guys a lot stronger is the fact that like before, like you had like your stuff, Nubia, and Vision did like DJing and tattooing or whatever Vision wanted to do that month. And you know, now you guys like finally have something that like you like
common
love
ground.
together, and like it's so cute to like see them. Like I was at Comic-Con just like, you know, where the fellas at.
Yeah, you
And I did enjoy the panels though, but like to see them like so excited about certain things together, I didn't personally get it, but like it was cute to see them like, you know, like, oh my God, babe, look at this, oh my God, babe. And I'm like, hey, them, that's cool. Like I was happy for them, but
Right.
I mean, I didn't get it.
That's true. I mean, that's a big deal for us. That didn't help a lot in the relationship.
Yeah, I definitely think it helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you know, looking for those things that you have in common and can share with the person.
Or if you don't have something in common, like find something that you both like to do. Like maybe, You both like bird watching. That sucks. But I mean, something.
And it's true because I wasn't into like superheroes and all these comic things, and he brought me into it, and he showed me how it's not just for men, it's not just for boys.
Oh no, not at all.
Well, you know, as a typical woman, you see it like, oh, it's comic books. That's boy things. Those are, who cares about a superhero if they get killed or they survive? Who cares? And, you know, I have always lived life. If it's not helping me in life, why do I care?
No, that's a big thing. Yeah.
But I notice how my husband and my children now love it. So I got myself involved because I care about them and I want to know what makes them happy.
Yeah.
And I actually started loving it. Yeah. I love superheroes. I love Comic-Con. I love going to comic book stores. I love Lego. We, you know, used to
I came here one day and helped Nubia put together a Big Bang Theory Lego thing.
And you had fun.
I did. I'm not lying. Jeez.
Look, I have my next one right there to build.
Oh, the architecture that's hot.
And I know you probably saw a whole bunch of women there at Comic-Con. So you're like, oh wow, it is for everybody.
It is, and you know what? And another thing, my husband and I thank him for that because he said to me, "There's 10 million different types of comic books out there. There's a comic book for everyone." There is, and I'm being so close-minded, never thought of things like that. I'm like, oh, there's not gonna be like an SVU kind of comic book, but there is,
right?
And you start like, oh, there's actually things that I like, and you start opening your mind to different things, and you can actually enjoy.
There's like literally comic books about everything. I heard there's a comic book about social worker somewhere. I don't know where it is. She's like a superhero. Probably. Social worker. There is. I saw it like on an HBO special once. I should have like wrote down the name, but I mean, it was pretty amazing. And I guess like you said, if you were like open minded about it, like
it's like you know, give your partner a chance and just let them into your world when it comes to having hobbies and things like that. And I came into theirs and I love it. I really enjoy every minute of it. We sit here, we watch Flash, we watch The Legends, we watch all these shows, and I'm the one, now on top of him. Babe, is there a new Flash? Is there a new, And before, I could care less.
Right.
But I think I just, like I said, outside perspective, I think it's also Vision more respectable about like the things like you like he said that you was like, oh, Nubia got into sewing or sewing thing, like, so now I guess like you're respecting his, hobbies, crafts, whatever you want to call it. Like, it gives you like, I guess like the goodness inside you. I don't know what the right words are right now. To like want to like give back
warmth inside.
Like, oh, she loves my stuff. Let me like, help take interest in her stuff. I don't know. Just my opinion.
You want to read the last one? Number 6?
Sure. Number 6 of things that you can't be if you want to get married. If you are not grateful, if you obsess over the fact that their colleagues who do basically the same job as them make $100 more a week, when he could be thinking, I'm so lucky to have a job that pays very well and a lifestyle that I enjoy. In general, this person looks for the negative and is blind to the positive. Do you think you could be a ungrateful person in a relationship?
Yeah, I think anybody can, because you don't realize a lot of the stuff that happens on a day to day. I mean, I know. Yeah, I mean, I speak for myself. I know I've had to apologize plenty of times because later on I realize, and then I get back to her like, oh, thank you for this, thank you for that, because at the moment you just brush it off like they're supposed to do it, kind of, or you don't even think about it, I mean, just tonight, just for dinner, it's like I asked for fish tacos. I could have got whatever. She went all out, and it's. I know how to appreciate it now, but I've gone through the
ungratefulness. Yes, and Jen you can that's.
I'm not going to be welcome back here.
Judge Jen.
Yeah, I think, and Vision more has learned to be more grateful. For what he has. Because I've always been grateful. I've always been great. You're so lucky.
Yeah, about that.
Yes, I am.
You see?
Oh yeah, Vision. Just because you just did that right there, have you noticed that it's just easier to say yes, dear, or do you like to speak your mind.
I've noticed that, and I get it. It hasn't changed me too much though. I still gotta say what I gotta say. But yeah, you know, I mean, throughout the years, I've realized there's a lot of things that I probably say yes, dear, and just walk away, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, I think now with more time, he does say, whatever you want, babe. Yeah, that's fine, babe. You know, as long as I'm not taking anything out of, you know, like going way out of, you know.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, out of control with the situation or whatever the thing is. Like, as long as it's okay, he's like, whatever, it's a fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that has to do kind of like with being grateful, because I guess like depending on what the situation is, I'm just like putting scenarios in my head. Like if you're like, oh, you know, I want to do X, Y, and Z on Saturday night, and maybe it doesn't include Vision, and then he'd be like, okay, well, you know what? She worked all week, cooked dinner for us all week, did our laundry, whatever it is that women do. I don't know. I do my own stuff.
Wow. Wow.
Sexist. No. I get it.
Yeah, really.
Has Vision ever done the laundry?
Well, just because it's the laundry, I don't like doing laundry. I do other stuff though. That's the one thing. I don't like doing the laundry. I don't like doing the laundry.
And I have to say, I don't like him doing laundry. I hate how he folds.
Can I just tell you though that I've gotten to like go do laundry with Nubia before, and I'm like, oh, do you want me to help you fold? And she's like, just don't fold Vision's t-shirts. He wants them folded a certain way. I'm like, what the fuck?
And it's not really him. I've learned that it's not him. It's me. You should go look at my drawers now.
It is a very organized way of folding. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, that just goes back to what they were saying before about like you learn. Like what a person likes. Yeah. And even if Vision didn't know he liked his t-shirts folded like that, he knows now.
And he'll probably notice, like, hold on, my shirts aren't folded. Hold on.
She'd be like, Jen folded that one. Blame her.
No, but, you know, Vision does a lot of things that I'm grateful for. You know, he takes care of Nathaniel every morning. He takes him to school, walks him in every morning. Something I am fortunate because I have to be at work. I can be part of his morning routine. So he has that down packed. He cleans the house if he's home. I have no problem. He has no problem with that. I'll tell him to start dinner. He'll start dinner. He'll cook if he needs to, if I can't. And if I have things to, you know, plan, I gotta go. He's like, okay, I have the kids. He's always taking the children. He's learned because Vision's was never a child person, you know, to be able to deal with kids, but he deals with his own, and he's learned how to, you know, with being mature and everything, you know, with life changing. So he's good like that. He'll take the kids. Okay, I'll take the kids. I have no problem. I'll feed them, and I know I can go out and not be worried about, oh my God, is he being fed? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? Like,
right.
You know?
I think these are things that you're saying that, like, when you get into a relationship and you think about marriage, like, that's the part that I'm curious about. Like, when you're in a relationship and you're dating, you're like, oh my God, we're, like, you know, in love, and yay, we're going to get married and we're engaged. Like, what are the things that you don't think about, like, once you're married and in, like, a living space together? I mean, minus the kids even.
I always, I guess, like, is that person clean? Is he, you know, is he a slob? Is he, you know, how is he going to be? Like, I don't know.
It's a lot of the little stuff. Yeah. A lot of the little stuff. Just waking up every day and realizing that same face is there. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because without the kids or nothing, that's the relationship part is like, damn, realizing this is it every day. That's that face. That's the one. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the one.
That's the one. I mean, you know, I love it and all, but man, you know, sometimes you want to change the paintings on the wall too. You know?
Right.
You know? But it's just little things, man. Little things. You know, the toothbrush right there. Maybe you never like seeing the toothbrush there. Now you're going to see it every other day because that's where she liked to put it.
Right.
I mean, you know, so little things that just little all day little things.
How do you deal with that though? Like, what's
it's looking at the bigger picture, you know, like you like that person, so you're gonna say, you know what, maybe I'll start putting my toothbrush there too. Fuck it. I mean, you know, why not? Why we gonna argue about that? You know what I mean? I mean, I don't like seeing that face. Well, we're gonna sleep the other way, so I don't have to wake up every day seeing that face. You know? I mean, I feel better that way. Whatever works, you know what I mean? But you look at the bigger picture, you know what I mean? Even as we've separated, we've come back because of that. Because we're always looking at the bigger picture. We realize that even though if we broke up, we separated because whatever I did wrong. You know,
You got that right.
yeah, most of the times, whatever. But whatever happened, and we come back together because we realize that was one incident. But before that, we had a bigger picture there, and it was a relationship that was working.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the most part, was working. You know what I mean? Or at least we wanted it to work because we kept coming back.
So many times.
I mean, so that's that. It's always trying to look at that bigger picture. Do you really want that, or is this little thing worth enough to say forget all that?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it's always gonna be something. I mean, to this day, it's always little things that you still, people change, man. She changed every day. I change, and still gonna be little things that are gonna bother you. But it's always looking at that bigger picture. Always.
You have to remember that your life, and once you get married, being in the dating life and the guy like sleeping over for the night or the girl sleeping over, it's only one night of you being, let's say, inconvenient. But once you get married, this is gonna be every day.
Yeah.
So can you deal with whether oh my gosh, she brushed her hair right there, I don't like her brushing her hair, I don't like how it's all those
Shedding
things.
all over the bathroom.
Correct. It's all those things those little things like, oh, did he brush his teeth as soon as he woke up, or does there's people
Did he use my toothbrush?
yeah, it's all those things that you don't think of, like, oh, oh, did he take a shower at night or in the morning, like what kind of all these dumb little things that you don't think of because you're dating and you're like, and then when you're married, you're like, holy shit, this is my life. This is fucking it. This is what I, signed up for. And at this point, whether you make it work or, not, and it's true, marriage is not for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's sad, but it's true, But you just have to be open-minded and just remember, like he said, the bigger picture, because you obviously marry the person, you love them, there is something there. So it's up to you as a person to make it work, not just let your other half do it all. I always, people always say it's 50-50. I believe it should be 100 and 100.
I was just going to ask you that question. I swear to you, on everything I own, I was just going to be like, do you believe in 50-50 or 100-100?
I don't believe in 50-50.
Get out of my head.
It's 100. I should give him 100% of me, and I expect him to give me 100% of him.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only way you're gonna get stronger as a couple, as a marriage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're a team. Just like any team, we got to go in and hard each time, 100% for each other. That's it.
And you have to defend each other, because at the end you're coming home to each other,
right?
Like, fuck everybody out there. You defend each other, defend this.
Right.
Because if you allow people to come into your marriage and, judge your marriage and, talk negative about your marriage, you're allowing people to get into your relationship. And that's something that's between you and him, between me and him. And I can, I listen to opinions and I hear this and that, but I don't take anything seriously.
Right.
It's whatever happens, it's between me and him and nobody else. And don't let nobody's opinions get to your marriage or have a say in how you deal with your marriage. That should be something that's between you and your husband or you and your wife.
Right.
But I
100%, because nobody's dealing with that person.
Right.
Only you dealing with that person. So that, I mean, they you get advice and tips and things like that, but at the end of the day, you're dealing with that person. So you got to be able to find your way through that. Yeah.
Not even your parents, not even your family. I'm sorry. I love my mother to death, and there's times when she puts her two opinions, and I tell her, "This is not you. It's me."
Right.
That's the perfect example. But you're telling her anyway. My mother-in-law hated me. And if she would have listened to her, I wouldn't be here right now.
Right.
But yet, call her right now. I'm her favorite son. And I'm her son-in-law, but she'll tell you I'm her favorite son.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that took years, and that that was me fighting for him. It's not just because you hear all this negativity, and I know like Jen many years now, and I know with her parents she's gone through so much shit, and I'm like, don't ever. It's you. It's your relationship. It's your opinion that matters, because at the end, it's you that has to be happy.
Yeah.
Nobody else. And I think people forget that they allow so many things to just come into their life, and affect them and take charge of their head and how they do things. No, it's between you and that person, and it's what makes you happy.
Yeah.
It's your life,
Yeah.
nobody else's, not your family, no one.
Yeah, because you're the one who's gonna have to deal with it, whereas they just have their own life and they're just gonna live it. Well,
Correct.
just like you can't have like your parents pick somebody for you, and then that's it. That's the end of the day, because they're gonna live their life, and then you're gonna have to deal with the repercussions of their choice for you.
Yep.
So like, that's not good. So that's interesting that your mother-in-law didn't like you at first, but now like you said, you're her favorite.
Yep.
So
And if she would have listened to her, it would have been done.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be here.
no, and yeah, and that would have been so crazy. Like, how would you even know how your life would have been?
Yeah, it's true.
That would have been
Yeah.
crazy.
So what else you have over here, Martini?
No, I just saw like a little quick article saying about the best age to get married according to a study, and the best age to get married is between 28 and 35. So I just thought that was interesting.
Damn, I'm late.
You see?
But they're also talking about if you miss that point, you're still good, because the other point is your mid 40s. So you're not out of the woods yet. So you're fine.
Great.
But they also said that, don't take it to heart, because love is not a numbers game.
It's not, and that's what I tell her. When she meets her Prince Charming, he's gonna come when he comes. When life is ready to give her Prince Charming.
When Idris Elba is ready to move to New Jersey.
Ooh, I'll take him from you. Sorry, baby.
I know, right? Jeez.
Come on, you gotta give yourself a little.
Oh my goodness, that's funny.
I think that number thing, though, the age thing, I think 30 is the right age where you're mature enough. I think that's what it is.
To handle it?
Yeah, you don't have to be married. It's just, you're mature enough, because to have kids, is to start the whole family, the life of being with somebody. I think 30 is a good age to say you're mature enough to get ready for all that,
Right.
I think to get ready for it. You see these kids who are like 26, 27 getting married. When I was 26, 27,
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about it.
I guess I was, because I was already married at that age.
Well, you've always been very mature for your age, Nubia.
You have too. Not.
No.
I have my moments.
I think now you are more mature than ever.
It's a lot of, like you said, it's just learning experience. I have to learn about who I am and what I want.
I've been telling you for how long that?
That's because you're like my
I've been
evil
telling Jen, I
Hispanic
don't know
twin.
for how long that she needs to learn how to love herself before she can
I
love
adore the
anybody.
shit out of myself. I fucking rock.
Now you do.
Well then. Jeez.
I learned it by watching you.
No, stop it.
Classic commercial. So there was another article about the fine line between marriage and divorce, and this is by HuffingtonPost.com.
Damn them Huffington Post.
And there was a little blurb that I saw, because, yeah, there is definitely a fine line between marriage and divorce. And the person said, "My biggest shock is how many outwardly cheerful women who have been married forever think about divorce, if not weekly, at least once a month." So my question is, yeah, it does seem so simple to just divorce because you're like, I don't want to deal with this person or whatever. How do you guys not keep from thinking about going down that road, or have you?
Yes, we do think about. I'm sorry, I shouldn't speak for him, but I have definitely thought about it. We were separated for a while, and then, I sometimes yesterday. if he pisses me off, I start thinking,
Yesterday.
shit, if I didn't have to deal with him, my life would be so much easier.
Yo, she said yesterday.
No, but it's reality. When
Right.
when people get to you and you're like, oh my God, if I could just get rid of him, and then you think of your life and you're like, oh no, but then who the hell's gonna do this and who the hell's gonna do that?
Right.
I still love you, babe, but
That's another thing. I feel like it's just the way we are, man, because we've joked about it from the beginning. I mean, when we first got married, what was the first in the apartment? We had divorce lawyer magnets on the fridge, just as a joke.
Right.
Yes, we did. It was what, $3.99 a divorce?
Yeah. I thought it was funny because I was like, hey, just in case we change our mind, it's right there.
Yeah.
Just make the call.
Listen, not that there's a problem with divorce, because if you're not happy, you should not be with the person.
Right.
But if you can work it out and, because you love the person, not just because you're there for whatever reasons, other than love, marriage is not for everyone. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's okay. But it's okay to know that you can, continue on in life.
Right.
That if your marriage didn't work, that doesn't mean your life is done and ended. No, life goes on, And I'm they like to call me here between him and her, Jen, and my husband, that I'm very cold-hearted. And I don't think that I'm cold-hearted.
She's the mean friend.
Oh, my God. I just think I'm just honest. Because, to me, feelings are not facts. Damn. You're going to get over it. You're going to cry for 5 minutes, and you'll get over it.
Maybe 5 days.
Whatever it takes. But to me, I know, and that's maybe where it'll get to me for a second. I'm like, oh, fuck it. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
I'm still going to eat, shit, drink, whatever the hell I got to do the next day.
Yeah.
See why I can't cry? That's why I can't cry. She's too cold.
She's too cold.
But I've always felt that. It's like, and I see these girls and I'm like, oh, shut the fuck up. If you don't want to deal with it, don't deal with it. You sit there, you make your own bed, There's so much shit you don't have to deal with as a person, as a woman. You deal with it because you want to deal with it.
Right.
Nobody tells you that you can't walk away. If you're that unhappy, and if your man or your husband, your boyfriend, whatever, is not making you happy, walk away. There's nothing wrong with walking away.
I agree with what you said, though. I think it depends. Like, everyone fights. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I think you have to like Vision was saying before, I look at the bigger picture and then sit there like you were saying and just say, okay, is this fixable? Can we fix it?
Yes.
Bob the Builder. We can do it. And if not, then then just figure out how to peacefully walk away. But I don't know. I think a lot of times it may just be easier for people to not address the things that are happening in the room and then just be like, I'm leaving, bye.
And that goes back to not not explaining yourself, not
communicating.
Correct. Not going, letting it all out. Because you know what? I always feel the best thing is that if I can walk away from any situation with a clear mind, then I'm good.
Right.
I said my piece, I'm good. That's how I feel. But if I still have an hour from after we're supposed to be done with the situation, if I'm still thinking about it, or if I'm still like, oh my God, I should have said this or I should have said that, then obviously I'm not over the situation.
Write it down.
And it that's where I think, where I start thinking, I'm like, just let it all out. Who gives a shit if he, I learned this with him. I always felt like, at the beginning of our relationship, I always felt like I was walking on eggshells. And, Jen knows this. I always felt like I was walking on eggshells because if I said something, oh my God, he's going to get pissed. And then if I get him pissed and he's going to start with this. And I came to the point of my life where I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if he gets mad, if he gets angry. I don't care because this is my life and I'm going to feel comfortable in my own life.
Yeah.
This is not Vision's world. And it's not just Nubia's world. It's our world. And I'm walking in the same path and you're walking with me. So we have to come to an agreement whether we walk together or you walk your way and I walk my way and say goodbye.
This is why they're my fave.
No, this is amazing stuff. I still can't get over the feelings are not facts.
They're not.
That's beautiful. No, it is. I really like that. That hit home. So, yeah.
Everybody has their breakups and everybody's breakups are hard. But life does go on and you need to learn. I feel like every situation that God or whoever, whatever, if you have a belief or whatever, puts you in, you're supposed to learn from that. Take whatever you can and then continue. So that the next situation you're in, you already know. You already have that in your backpack and you already know whatever comes to you next,
Yeah.
you already know how to deal with certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's how I feel with life. And it's like there's gonna be certain people that you're gonna want to deal with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I feel with him. Is like, if I'm gonna fight with anybody, I'd rather fight with him than anybody else.
Right.
You know, if I'm gonna smack him, let me smack him. Let me hit him. Let me take all my anger out on him.
Right.
Sheesh.
You know,
And we've had those times too. I mean, I don't know if that helps for other people to hear, but as far as the relationship, we've had those nights. There was one night we sat here, taped a bunch of these pillows from the couch all on me, and she just sat there punching away. And I let her do it, and I was like, go ahead, go as hard as you want, just keep going, you know, knock me out.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. But it's nice like that it changes things, because it lets a part of you out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, and she slipped a few, didn't hit the pillow, you know. Hey, it's all right, you know, it's what it is.
Right.
Listen, I always say, don't feel like you should not feel uncomfortable with the person that you have decided to be with for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Comfort should be your number one thing. Being honest, being outspoken, and not worrying about, oh my God, is he gonna get angry? Like, did I say the wrong thing? You should never feel that way, because then you're never truly yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Take a shit with the door open. Yep. Yep.
Oh my God, that's so funny. We were actually just talking about that, because not me, him, sorry. Me and somebody else, because she was telling me how she doesn't, I'm sorry if I offend people, but she doesn't fart in front of her boyfriend.
Okay.
They've been together for like 5 years. I go, what?
Where do you go to do it?
She goes, I just don't fart in front of him. So, does he fart in front of you? She goes, no. He doesn't do it in front of me, so why should I do it in front of him?
Yeah.
So then I go, he's never seen me pee. He's never seen me. So what the hell?
Wait, did they live with each other?
Yes.
That's
oh wow.
crazy.
But they close the door when they go to the bathroom. There's no...
Yeah.
So, like, he doesn't... I'm like, what about when you're showering? Does he go in or do you go in? No, that's his private time. That's my private time, and that's his private time.
Mm.
And I'm just like, no. If I gotta go potty and you're in the shower, it ain't my fault. Don't blame me.
Don't blame me.
Yeah, gotta go.
And that's when I feel like people are not completely comfortable with who they're with.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Because you should be able to.
That's my favorite part of the like. Just I haven't been
What, to
married.
fart?
No, like I just like that period, like where you're comfortable around each other and you can like walk around with like, you know, your pajamas on, no bra, brush your teeth
Yeah.
around the house, whatever it is, like, you know.
But you, as a dating, isn't that what you look forward to?
Yeah,
when
I
you
do.
Can be yourself.
Where you
and
don't
not
have to like
worry?
dress up or
Correct.
like do your hair. You can
And
just
then
throw,
if he comes over and you're in sweatpants, it's not.
right.
It's all about comfort.
You just like chill out on the couch all day, watch SVU or like Netflix and chill.
Yeah, and I think I can't speak, but I guess as a guys you do too, right? You get to the when you're dating, you're like, oh, when am I gonna feel comfortable with this girl? You know, it's
Right.
like, it comes to that.
Yeah.
But you know what it is? This is the fine line. Like you meet guys who are like very like kind of refined in the beginning and like kind of like, oh hi, nice meeting you, and very like, this is how I eat with my fork. And then you meet dudes who are like, like just go ham from the door. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, but then like I try not to be judgy, but like. Are you just don't give no fucks, or like is this just what it is and can get worse from here? I don't know.
Right.
Jen, are you the type to have a salad on the first date?
Hell no.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a salad on any day. I hate salad. I eat it. I just don't like it. We're not friends.
Right.
No, I'm not. And that's the other thing I would say, and I don't know if you guys agree, since you guys have known each other since you were 17, and at 17 I don't think at 17 you like try to impress anyone. You're like, this is me. I'm in my jeans and sneakers. What's good? You know?
No, I try to impress you.
Did you?
I mean, I don't know. I think a little bit both ways. Yeah. I mean, I was a DJ, so trying to be impressive, I guess.
Yeah. By the way, when we first met,
He's like, oh, I was trying to avoid
he
that.
didn't even come up and speak to me. He sent somebody.
Did he like put his number in a mixtape or something?
No, he sent somebody with his business card and said, the guy said, yo, my friend wants you to call him.
Yo, apparently it fucking worked. Nubia was
Obvious
sitting here.
curiosity killed the cat. Because I was like, really? This is how he does things?
That's kind of slick. I don't know. I'm just saying.
It was, yeah, very, you know, like,
Suave.
yeah, like Rico Suave kind of thing. I was like, what the hell is this guy about sending people with his business card? Like he's the shit.
Yeah.
Mommy,
Have
how
your
did you eat, Daddy?
have your people call my people.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how I felt. Like, shit.
They called.
Hey, curiosity.
Oh man, that's great.
I don't know what else you have. I was trying to find the meme of the day. Are we there?
Yeah, we could be there.
Okay. So I was trying to find a meme of the day, which we do every day, and I was trying to find something, like I said, like appropriate, and everything was just like, you see the typical t-shirt, like with the guy playing the video game and then the bride comes and it's like game over, or just shit like that, or like it's like Barbie and Ken like all cuddled up, and then it's like Barbie taking like a piss in the toilet and Ken brushing his teeth, and I was just like, that's not how I view you guys, even though I mean
We have that game over T-shirt.
Yeah.
even though you guys joke about it, and I think that's like the cool part is that you guys do joke about the hard times, and you can look back now and laugh and just be like, haha, we rock, we did it.
Yeah, we got to. We might take it too far sometimes.
Right.
Yeah. There was. Oh man. Yeah, we do. Cause I'm thinking about when I ended up in the hospital because we got into the fight. Oh, it was a long night. But either way, at the hospital they're giving me a cup to do the piss test, and I just ended up bringing a cup home, and that cup was. I was using it to hold different things throughout the house for like a year. And it was just like a reminder to me, and like, you know, a little joke like that never needs to happen again. That was a bad night we had, and we need to remember that we don't want that to happen again.
Right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
See? You always learn something new.
Right here.
Yeah, I had. You remember seeing the cup?
No.
See,
I guess I didn't pay attention. Sorry.
see, learn something every day.
That's
I thought I knew you.
I thought I knew you too, bringing dirty cups from the hospital.
Oh man. So the meme that I found says, marriage isn't a race, don't rush to the altar, build friendship, trust, and love. So agree or disagree?
I guess we did it backwards. I feel like everything we did in our relationship was backwards. You know, and in all honesty, I think we got married not knowing what we were in for, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And the loyalty and the friendship and the trust came later on.
Yeah. We had a lot of spicy nights, a lot of arguing, a lot of tough nights, man. Yeah.
I think now, you know, it's
So what do you think kept you together?
definitely children.
But no, I mean, I don't.
No, I'm and you know,
I don't believe that.
No,
No. At the end of the, it might have been a little part of it, of course.
well, yeah. Well, I'm sorry that to my children, you know, the way he's changed,
Mm-hmm.
the way I have changed,
Right.
you know, the way we have grown together,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and the fact that I actually do see, you know, the big picture, the life, like, you know, we talk so much about the future now. That before I felt like couldn't even get through tomorrow, you know,
Right.
through the day to what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And now, you know, I see years in advance, like, oh my God, when their kids graduate and they're no longer here, it's just gonna be me and you, like.
She's like, can we get a hot tub?
Yeah, and these are all the things that now that I think of, you know, these are the things that are in my head, so that's how I know that it's gonna be all good.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I think you guys will like be like freaking 50 and like, I don't know. And you're like, oh, me and Vision are gonna go skydiving this weekend. Want to go? Be like, nope, gotta go. Bye. Like, I think that's who you guys are gonna be. Like, just like always, you know, doing rando things. But because you guys are both in the same mind frame. Like, you know what I'm like. If you get bored, you know Vision might be bored too, and you can turn to Vision and be like, why don't we do this weekend? And Vision's like, hell yeah, let's do it. You know, or vice versa.
Yeah, and that took a lot of them long nights and a lot of arguing to get to that point. Because we did have that wasn't that easy in the beginning.
I think we actually found our happiness,
Aw, so it's my favorite. I have told Nubia before that, like, I've known them, I don't know how long I've known them, a long time. Very long time. I don't know.
I don't even know how long anymore.
I don't. I really don't. But like they used to be the couple who like they were fun to be around, like when they were like throwing parties and stuff like that. But it was just like when they were going through their shit, you're like,
You didn't want to be part of it. You didn't want to come
you
here.
didn't. I was just like, I'm gonna stop by, and I was like, oh, I gotta go. See you guys later. Bye. You know. But like now it's like, oh man, I haven't seen Vision and Nubia in a while. I better get over there. You know, I gotta see them. They're fun to be around. You know, they're just a good couple, and they also like kind of give you like hope about relationships, like. You know, maybe a little too much hope because you sit there and you're like, well, if they can work it out, anything is possible. Yeah,
I feel that way though. Like we've been through some tough nights, man, and we just kept looking at the bigger picture, just realizing all the stuff that got us to this point. You know, at that argument or whatever, wherever we were at that point, everything that got us to that point was a lot. You know, and it was just not too much to just let go, just because it's just one thing that just happened. You know, I mean, I know that was a lot of it, man.
That's true. You know, you start thinking of what you lose when you lose that person. Not only the person physically, but everything that comes with that person, you know? You know, whether it's, events, emotions, things, life, because life completely changes once the person is physically gone, It's like you got to learn life all over again, like how to deal with this and this on your own.
Yeah.
So you think, like, do you really want to be there again? Like, it's hard.
After the stuff we went through too, it's hard to. I mean, even like getting back to with that story before of me, taking a U-turn when I saw her, back.
Like
I wasn't really looking for it. It just happened to be. I mean, I would drive by there once in a while. I knew she lived there, but I wasn't looking. You know what I mean? And it was just I saw her there that one time, and it was just like times like that would happen. It wasn't planned or nothing. It'd be like, damn, look, we're back in each other's lives again because of this or whatever. And it got to be a reason why we kept coming back around, and you got to look at that stuff and realize, all right, let's just work this argument out because obviously there's something here, there's something. I mean, yes. Man, we've been through a lot though.
Yeah, we have.
The long nights is not easy, man. It's not easy, being up all night and opening up and trying to let it all out, and then at the end realizing it was one dumb little thing, that's why you just sat there all night.
A little miscommunication.
So what do you think? A lot of people say communication is important. A lot of people say you don't. What do you think are like? Let's just say top five most important things in a relationship.
Honesty.
Okay, that's one.
Yeah, communication. Yeah, definitely.
That's two.
Yep.
Comfort.
That's an interesting one, but that's good. Three.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by that.
Comfort. Feel comfortable with the person.
Okay.
Like safety. Like you have to feel safe.
Yes.
I get that. I totally get that. As a woman, I get it. I don't know if you guys get it, but no one asked you.
Safety. Yeah. I get it.
I think guys would probably think the same thing, though.
But they would think more of the comfort
But I'm
as
also
opposed
thinking
to
of
safety.
like the show Power. I'm like, if he was a drug runner, would he feel safe knowing that you have all secrets? I just gotta be extra with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what we have?
I mean, I feel safe when you're driving.
You know what?
Because Vision never drives.
No, you know what? Well, if you were driving, Vision would drive.
I drive well.
According to
The app on my phone. So that's three. Comfort / safety.
What did we
Communication.
say? Honesty.
And honesty.
Yeah, honesty, communication, safety / comfort.
Trust.
It's 4.
Right? Yeah, that's a tough one too, but yeah.
That's a tough one too.
Yeah, to trust the person with a lot of stuff, as you go, it just gets more and more, and you gotta trust them, man. It's just,
Why are you stressing over there?
I know.
No,
Yeah, is there something you want to tell me?
He's like sweating and all that stuff.
no, you know how it is. You know, with the kids and stuff. It just, you get nervous. You know what I mean? You
Hold on, is there a kid somewhere else that you have? Or something?
forget it.
No, but definitely trust. Goes back to being able to trust the person completely. You know how if you don't have at least a thought of like, oh my God, he's cheating or something, like that's not trust at all. Or you hear typically, well, I trust you, I just don't trust
Them.
Correct. That's really not trust. That's half-assed trust, and that's not trust.
True.
It's complete trust. What else?
You got one more.
One more. And then I have one more.
Loyalty.
Okay, loyalty.
Loyalty.
Nice.
Know how to be loyal completely to that person.
And my last question, just therapeutically speaking, do you both believe in unconditional love?
I have to tell you that I didn't, because I didn't, but I see it in Vision. Like, I can ask Vision to do anything for me, and he will do it. If I tell Vision my feet hurt, he will literally just start rubbing my feet out of nowhere. And there's things,
Even if you had like corns and
correct,
and like dust in between your toes.
Listen, a situation happened to me where I got myself real sick, and it was literally, not to be disgusting or anything like that, but I was literally throwing up, and things were coming out one way and the other at the same time. And Vision was just like, tell me what I need to do. And I was like probably in my worst
State.
yeah. And he was just, tell me what I need to do. Didn't care how I looked, just wanted to figure out to help me. And that, to me, after the whole situation was done, was like, oh my God, I probably was in my most,
Vulnerable.
Yes, state, and he was there. He just didn't care how I was, what I was doing. He was just trying to help me.
If he got
out.
sick.
Like, yeah, he wasn't like worrying about, oh my God, she's gonna throw up on the bathroom, I have to clean it. It was none. I'm sorry, hold on one second. This is what happens when you have children. Okay, hold on one second.
He came out of nowhere. It's so cute.
Yes. They always come out of nowhere. Always come out of
Do you
nowhere.
believe in unconditional love, Vision?
Yeah, I mean, getting back to the whole thing of me changing, yeah, now yes. Now yes. Yeah. Now that's my world. That's my breath. I mean, she's gone. Nothing could explain how my world would be turned upside down if she was to not be here.
Right.
But yeah, that's now. I mean, before I was younger, I cared less about myself. I mean, never mind about somebody else.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've changed, and yeah, now we've come along a long way. That's definitely, totally, 100% unconditional now. Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. I get that it takes a long time for it to get there, but it definitely seems like it's worth it.
Yeah, completely worth it. It's crazy because I never realized it. The way I see our relationship now in our lives it's still crazy to me every day. I'm like, what is it? Mind boggled, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Still trying to understand it, but it's always looking at that bigger picture. I know what we have, and whatever I got to do to keep it going and keep it going good, just that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
And I guess as the years go, you care less about what you thought mattered to you. I guess.
Right. Yeah.
And it's like,
I guess like the little things, like I guess like when you're in a relationship, you're like, oh my God, he clips his toenails in the bed, or like whatever it is that you complain about, and you're just like, oh my God.
Yeah, okay. Oh God, stuff like that. Yeah, that's exactly a perfect example of the little dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like for me, it'll be a snack. I'm having a cookie. She's flipping out because you eating in bed. I'm not really eating in bed. I'm just having a cookie. Like,
Right, but you got to think about like the bigger stuff, like you
Yeah.
They don't
said
put
before.
the toilet paper roll on right. They don't squeeze the toothpaste tube from the bottom. Like, oh my God.
yeah.
sleep with my thing is like I can't sleep with the TV on. I just can't. I really just can't. Just can't do it. But I don't know. I wanted to like say bye to Nubia, but
There she go.
But I definitely thank you guys for coming on tonight. You guys are awesome, and I appreciate all of your insight and your knowledge and all of the I don't know, just stuff that we can't give people because we're not that we're still trying to figure it out, but you know,
This was fun.
we're not there yet.
I had fun doing this. Did you?
Yes.
Whatever you say, honey.
I know, right?
Yeah, you got that from that, right?
I was with you, honey. I had a great time.
Yeah.
Remember, you sleep with me too.
I feel like that sounded like really threatening, but whatever.
Listen, you just put a pillow on top of his head, face, and you just said, just look into the light.
This is being recorded.
Just look into the light.
Stop watching The Walking Dead. This is being recorded. I cannot be an accomplice to any of this.
No, but thank you so much, guys. Like, I learned a lot, and it was really great just hearing the stories that you had to say and all the things that you had to talk about like relationships and marriage, and that, and also too that it isn't for everybody, but for the people who do want to do it, you know, you have a lot of stuff to look forward to, and you don't necessarily need to hold everything in, or you're not gonna learn anything. You know, you gotta just let it out.
I always just give it your all. If you get married, just give it your all. Give it your 100%. And as long as, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay. But you tried, you did your best, and you can walk away with a clear mind and said, I did, whatever I can do, and it just didn't work out. It's okay. It's not for everyone.
Right.
And feelings are not facts.
And feelings are not facts. It's so true. I tell you this all the time. You need to just get over it.
I'm fine, dude.
Well, whatever the situation is. Just remember that, okay?
And
feelings are not
thank
facts.
you for coming out.
I guess this is going to be the last time they have us. At least with Jen. Jen's like, it's too much.
Oh, man. No, it was a really great show. All right. So we are done.
Wrap it up.
She's like, wrap it up, please. Right now.
Yeah, we could talk about Jen a little more.
All right, guys.
Next time.
Thanks for listening, guys. See you guys.